Leaving money on the table is something that no entrepreneur, whether new or somebody with some experience, wants to do. In any business, cash flow, income is the backbone of the business. So there are some mistakes that you need to avoid in order to be able to not leave money on the table. Number one, charging hourly. Charging hourly, I believe, is one of the biggest mistakes that anybody can decide to pursue. I will tell you this, when you're just getting into an industry and this is the first time of operating as an entrepreneur, it is okay to start charging hourly in that you're taking consultations and your consultations are an hour long. It's okay, charge an hourly rate. That is valid. However, once you start working on projects or people have moved on from a consultation and they're retaining you for a certain project, you need to reevaluate the way you're going to be charging and pricing your services. What you need to look at is how much expertise is required for this project to be completed. In this case, the most favorable way of pricing includes project-based pricing or even performance-based. These are two ways where you will, I believe, make money according to how you deserve. This takes into account the expertise that has been applied and also the time that has taken you for you to get really good and excellent at your job in order to finish and to be able to have such clients. That being stated, when you charge hourly, their client starts feeling entitled. They tend to micromanage you to make sure that those hours are used efficiently and effectively as per their understanding. This is something that becomes such a huge challenge, especially if you are pursuing growth and you're trying to even hire other people to work on this same project. You might need to work with contractors, but the client will not understand that. Therefore, when you're charging an hourly rate, just know you're doing more harm to yourself than doing a lot of good. The second mistake is discounting. A discount can be understood as a way you decide to offer, it's like you're going on sale, and there you decide to take money off the total price in order to appease the client or even attract a larger number of clients. This is a strategy that is employed and I think is mostly favorable to people who have a huge number of clients and they're able to recoup that money on some other products. So they need to have a huge number of clients and also different products or services where one service can recoup the money for the discounts being offered. If you have one kind of service, this is a very big mistake to do. You can decide to add value to any project. You can say maybe in the month of January 2024, let's just go with that. In January 2024, I am offering that I will review your prices and tell you if you're within your pricing range or you're undercharging. Overcharging is okay as long as your market is receptive to that. But that could be something that you're offering with, you can say that is being offered with any service that is being provided to you. That is more attractive than saying that, oh, you can have my services of me doing a business audit for you for 10% off. 10% off, that is fine, but what is it doing to you? Or what kind of value are you providing to your client? These are all questions that you need to ask in order to know if you are employing the correct strategies to help you grow your business and also have a better kind of relationship with your client. Number 3, the fear of rejection. We all have that fear. It lives with us, it lives within us, and it's okay. We can say that this is part of our lives. That being stated, if you do have a fear of rejection, this cannot paralyze you. You need to keep it moving. Every single day, yes, the fear of rejection exists. It's like every day you wake up, love and kindness exists. Fear is an emotion. It exists. It's there. It's within us. That's fine. But do it anyway. Do it despite the fear. And yes, people will say no. I will not sit here today and lie to you that it will be easy out here. No. In business, maybe your services don't work for somebody. That's fine for them to say no. I like having the option of saying no. This is something that makes me feel empowered as a human being and also feel like I'm in control of my own life. So it's okay for people to say no. In my personal journey, what I have realized that for me to be able to deal with the fear of rejection, I had to write down what exactly I'm going to say to somebody, like articulate my value, and if they do not see that value based on how I have articulated it, it's okay and that's fine. Then this is not valuable to them, but that does not mean that my service is not valuable, period. It just means it's not valuable to them, which is okay and I can deal with that. So how about you do that as an exercise answers for yourself. Look at your services or your products. See all the solutions that it offers to the client. And if you are able to articulate this to the client and the client is not able to receive it, or is not in a position to receive it, or does not want to receive it, or does not apply to them, it's okay. That does not mean that you have a bad product or a bad service. Number 4, articulate your value clearly. Articulating your value, this is pretty much the most main thing when it comes to business. It is your job as the entrepreneur to tell me why I need to hire you. I do know that I do have a problem. If I have a problem, personally, I usually do my research and know where to begin. However, I will do my research and get myself some options. Thereafter, I will go ahead and reach out to these different people and see if they can articulate their value to me. And is this value something that I do need? Or maybe you have all bells and whistles and you end up being very much out of my budget and I am not able to move forward with you. So articulating your value and telling me why it's okay for me to pay higher than the other person based on the best value for me is something, and it's a tool that you need to employ all the time, especially to anybody who is a new client. That's why it's more expensive to get a new client on board. You can do this through using testimonials, you can do this using videos, you can use a whole plethora of resources that you can deploy just to get the client to get on the same page with you. Number 5, underestimating operational and phantom costs. So you have to understand the operational costs for the business that you're trying to go into. Phantom costs, on the other hand, these are costs that you just do not pay attention to. It's like paying for an Uber here, delivery there. These are things after a while, especially if you're doing them in bulk, they tend to show up and also chipping away into your profits and your income. So you have to be very careful when you're doing these things and not to underestimate at any time when you're running your business these costs. So these are the 5 main things you need to avoid. However, sometimes we can avoid all of them or most of them, and we might be stronger in other areas than others. It's good to be self-aware and also realize that you always have room for improvement every single day. So go ahead and take heed in this information and work on improving yourself. So until next time, thank you.